All right, so let me share my screen here, guys. All right, so for those of you who don't know me, my name's Kim Geringer, and I'm the VP of Sales and Marketing for Mia Bellas, and I'm out of Gilbert, Arizona. And then we also have Jodie Zavala joining us, a Diamond Director. So she's going to be doing I'm going to be doing the romance and making you just got to be there, right? And then Jodie's going to show you how to get there. So she's joining us from Peoria, Arizona. So we're having some fun, hot weather here. But all right, so let's get started. So this really is the training that I did during the event. And what I did is, you guys might remember that early on, maybe a month or so before, I put this little save the date teaser out there. So you guys had some fun kind of guessing where that is. They're like, that's going to be our next fling in San Diego. It's like, no, but close, right? So I'm going to start by playing the video. So if you guys just take a minute and we'll play this.
My time, it's my life. I can do what I like for the price of a smile. I gotta take it to ride so I can live it up that feels right. And it's so nice, and I do it all again. This time it's forever. It gets better, and I like how it feels. 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 Turn it on and go. I'm alive. Go down, down, keep go, go, go. I like how it feels. Yeah, I like how it feels.
All right, so hopefully that got you all geared up wanting to be there. So this is a beautiful image of the actual resort. And so we showed that and everyone was excited. Our video, remember, Jodie, was a little delayed. We had everybody with their phones up trying to go live. So, you know, that was a little fun there. So let's go through really quick and show you, like, this is the lobby. And I love that it's the haven and synonyms to that: sanctuary, oasis, and retreat. So can't you just feel yourself there, just relaxing and rewarding yourself there? So that's the beautiful lobby. And then, of course, I don't do any kind of trips without it being all-inclusive, because I don't want you guys to have to be worrying about a thing. You should be able to go there. The only thing you need to bring is your money for the, your souvenirs that you want to bring home. So everything else should be covered for you guys. So you get 24-hour room service. And then there's also this beautiful spa. It's My Senses Spa. And it's one of they are, as far as that, let me get down to what it was. Because it was the Mayan healing. That was the big thing when talking with their resort, is like, they're just known for the Mayan healings of philosophies. And it's huge, 15,700 square foot sanctuary for you guys to be able to get any kind of spa experience that you like. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about you, Jodie. I know you guys like the spa. And then we have 5 restaurants. So 2 snack bars, and I know a lot of people's favorite, 2 swim up bars. So you don't even have to get out of the pool to get your drinks and little snacks. So that's fun. And here's just to show you a couple of the restaurants. So this is the Agua Bendita, and so that's the Mexican flair. So you can see that. And then we also have this one, which is Flavors. And Flavors is more of their their buffet that you would go to for pretty much all of your breakfast, lunch, and dinners if you don't want to go to a little fancier place, but that's pretty much happening all day long. And then they have Satsu, multi-sensory culinary experience. This is their Asian fusion restaurant. And then we also have Boramar, and I don't remember which one this one is. Oh, a little bit of, Italian. This one's the Italian. And then we have Olios for a Mediterranean restaurant. And then for nightlife, I think you saw a little bit in that video. You can see the nightclub that they have. So that's called Moons. So they have different entertainment there every night. I think they have like karaoke and things like that, but they have musicians, live performances, comedians, something different every night that will be there. So that's a lot of fun for nighttime. And then their pools are just gorgeous. Look at these pools. Just to give you a quick view of these. Just a gorgeous resort. That's my favorite shot right there. And then their suites, just to give you an idea of what comes standard really for our contract. You can see these. And then for the top achiever, I always like to do something for whoever has the highest number for this, they get some special things. So they start off with an upgrade to the Serenity Club, which is a special club that they have. So with that club comes ocean front. Now, all of us have, ocean view of some sort, but this is ocean front. So they're looking right out straight on the ocean. And then they have a butler service, which is super fun. I know my husband said his favorite part is they press your pants for you. You don't have to do it yourself. Funny that's his favorite thing, but there's other things that they do for you. They have your personalized mini bar that's restocked daily. Again, there's a special lounge just for this group of people that you can go down at separate times without going to the restaurants and get different snacks throughout the day and things. And then complimentary green fees to El Tinto Golf Course, which the cart's included too. And then daily access to the hydrotherapy areas. That's also part of that beautiful spa at My Senses. So lots of nice upgrades. So here's a look. Remember I said that ocean front? That's the view for what this looks like. And that's what their suites look like. So who would want to stay here, huh? So, okay, now that you know where we're going and all the fun stuff that's there, let's share with you how to earn it. So you probably have seen this flyer out there. So it's simple. Now, it's not easy to earn, but it's simple. It's as simple as we could make this. So your earning period started on August 23rd. So that really was the day that we started Fling. So all of your personal volume that you had since the 23rd and any sponsoring that you had I have the $99.95 enrollment. We know that could change. Bob could say, it's going to be $125, but whatever the highest kit is for that month, that's what the enrollment means for that. So as far as your personal volume, to earn a hotel stay for one, it's $9,000 in personal volume. If you want to bring a guest, for two, it's $12,000 in personal volume. And then for every sponsor, this is kind of your bonus piece, because we know not everybody likes to sponsor. You would also have where you get 100 extra PV for every person that you sponsor. Now, if you earn over 12,000, so for every 1,000 above that 12,000, you're going to earn $100 in trip cash with a maximum of $1,000. So say that one more time. For every 1,000 above that 12,000, you're going to get $100 in trip cash, not just airfare. It's whatever you want to use it on, right? Because you might have travel points that you're like, well, I can use my points. I don't want to have to use it towards airfare. So you can use it however you like it. You can use it to spend when you get there, use it on the spa. We don't care how you use it, but it's going to be there for you guys. So anything I missed on this, Jodie? Pretty simple, right? As far as the requirements are simple.
It is very simple.
So let's take a look on ways to earn it. And Jodie, just tell me, this is Jodie again, so everyone say hello to Jodie. She's going to help us out here tonight. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. So the simple, I know I have this word.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, perfect. So I've actually gone over this quite a few times now, because I've had, distributors on our team that, they're like, I want, help understanding it, and maybe they weren't at Fling. So I feel like I've gotten it memorized now, but I based, because my top seller is a medium candle. Yours may be, the melts or the soaps or whatever it is, whatever your top seller is, that's kind of what you have to base it on. And I think based on Kim's, when she does the monthly kickoff, she always goes over the top sellers, and the medium candle is always blowing everything away. So I felt like this was a good place to start. So when I sat down and started crunching the numbers, the medium candle is what I based all this on. But keep in mind, all your sales count, whether it's Mia Melts, Bella Bars, and website sales, your fundraisers, your auto ship counts that you have every month, your private, personalized labels. All of your sales count as PCV. So, with the exception of supplies, obviously, but all of your product sales count. But in this situation, we're using the medium candle, and you'll see the numbers in green that we're talking about. So we can go to the, okay. So this looks like a lot of numbers and a lot of math, but this is broken down based on, and we're going to go over each one individually, but I just want you to see this as a whole. And when you look at this, of course, you see each month, it does not include whatever you did in August. So hopefully, that last week-ish of August, you did, whatever you did counted. So that's good. But let's just take a look. So this is everything all in one, but let's take a look to see if you're just going to attend the trip yourself. Okay. Then your goal is to sell 5 candles a day. So it'll take us to that, and that's what's circled there. So if you just focus on that for a minute with me, because I don't want you to think about $9,000, dollars in sales in our PCV sales. I want you to look at and break it down, because like I said at Fling, how do you eat an elephant, right? Just a little bit at a time. So when you think about 5 candles a day, what kind of things can you do in your business that will help you sell 5 candles a day? There's so many of you out there that are already doing the candle a day, but I guarantee you, those of you that are doing that, I know you're selling more than 1 candle a day. I mean, I don't know that I have a customer that's only bought just one. They usually buy a couple, right? But start to work your business and work your your monthly plan to shoot for 5 candles a day. So let's go to the next one. I'm going to talk more about that in a little bit. So if you want to take a guest, of course, it's the same thing, but now you're focusing on 7 candles a day. So the next one has it circled. You look at the whole month, you're looking at 200 candles. Remember what I said about fundraisers though, guys, and I do want to make a point here. Look at the difference in yourself and then you and a guest. Okay, the total there is 9,000 in total sales, or 12,000. All the trips that I've been on in the past, many of the trips I've been on in the past, when you wanted to bring a guest, it was actually doubled. This just tacked on another 3,000 in sales. So to be able to, this is very generous. This is extremely generous to be able to go on this type of a trip and get to do what we're going to get and have all the all-inclusive and, that hotel. This is very, very generous and very doable. But breaking that 200 medium candles down each month, which we'll do in a little bit, I'm going to talk to you about how to do that. And then the next one, maybe you just want a little help with your airline ticket. So you want that $400. Maybe you have some points and you want to help paying for the rest of your flights. So then you would take it to 9 candles a day. I know several of you that are doing that. I talk to team members, every day, and we're planning and we're strategizing. And, I've got a couple that even before they knew about a trip, we're shooting for 10 candles a day. And again, using that follow-up and using, reaching out about fundraisers and private labels. So personalized labels, sorry. But again, it ups it to 16,000 in total sales. Now this is just if you want to have a $400, bonus with your trip. It's not listed out of this. You could go for 500, you could go for 200, but you can see the difference in candles a day. And that's how you eat elephant, right? Little at a time. And then last but not least, and I know I know of 3 of us that are going for this. I know of myself, I know of Callie, and I know of Monica, because I've gotten their goals. But to get the maximum, you would need to have 22,000 in sales over this 6-month period, plus a little bit of August. And you would have to shoot for 12 candles a day. That's 365 candles a month. Sounds like a lot, but I'm telling you, it can be done. So one of the things, and I think we could probably skip to, there we go. So think about your sales, all right? And you have 6 months, but I want you to take a look at all of your options. And I've got to say, for this, I mean, it can happen anyway, but I really feel like because of the season that we're in and what's happening, you know, school's back in, sports are starting to happen, you know, people are getting out there and they need to raise funds. So if you haven't tapped into the fundraiser avenue, don't be afraid of it, guys. I did a team challenge last month with the team, and I just got them to start kind of looking around, you know, look around where you live. Surely there's a dance studio, a cheer competition studio. Maybe there's a karate place, you know, there's practices. You can drive down the road and drive past churches and schools, and you'll see practices going on. You'll see people doing car washes to raise money. Pull in and get your car washed and have a fundraiser packet ready. And when I say fundraiser packet, I mean you have a drafted letter that is a personal letter from you. You have the flyers that we're able to print, and you have a form. It doesn't even have to be a current form. It can be an old form if you want to recycle, but you're just giving them an example. You know, a hot apple pie mini melt with that in your business card. Get your car washed, you know, donate the $5-10 and talk about, you're clearly trying to raise money here, but fundraisers are truly key to, in my opinion, to really helping you. You can earn this trip without a fundraiser, but to help you reach those levels and get those volumes of sales, I actually just collected a fundraiser. There's 287 candles right here. So if you think about that chart you saw and how many candles I need to sell for the month, that took a big chunk out of my monthly total that I have to shoot for. You know, and I have some more fundraisers planned along the way. Open houses. I know Cherie, I know Shelly, I know Callie. Several people on our team have already done their own open houses. They just opened their house. They have their candles out. They're moving product. They're having specials. You know, they have a few light snacks and they're doing the do. You know, booking your parties, getting those online orders. All of it counts. The only thing you need to remember is if you're going to use your auto ship points, you got credit for them when you were charged. You did get credit for those. That counts towards your volume. But when you use them, we don't get to double dip on those. When you use them to shop with, they don't count towards PV because you already got those when you paid for them, right? So, and then just keep in mind that if you're buying anything on the clearance, the PV scale is different. So, you know, you need to keep that in mind. I based it on a regular medium candle when I did the math on that. So, but the monthly goal example, you know, that shows that all sales count. So if you do have, like I said, if you have a substantial fundraiser this month, and let's just say it's 600 candles, well, you are way ahead of the curve, but that doesn't mean you stop. That means you keep pushing towards those goals. So, all right, Kim, I think we can go to the next slide. And here's the fun bonus. Okay, so let's talk about this because I believe in my heart of hearts that September starts with an S for a reason, because sponsoring starts with S. So September and sponsoring absolutely go right together. September is probably one of the best months, in my opinion, to sponsor because it is the beginning of our season. This is our time. You know, this is our time to grow our businesses and help people, you know, with their goals and dreams because they're coming into this during a time when they can really launch, like they can explode. Because I had Molly joined yesterday. She's got a fundraiser. She's rocking and rolling with her fundraiser. People can start, having those open houses and having parties because it's that time of year. So don't, if you're not growing a team or building a team, or you're not interested in that, that's okay, because it's not required, but it's definitely fun to help people, achieve their dreams and help them, maybe go on this trip with me. So that would be great. I would love that. But just keep in mind, when they sponsor with that large kit, okay, whatever, when Kim said, whatever the largest kit is, you're going to get 100 PCV towards your total. So if you sponsor just 2 people a month, which on my goal sheet, I have 3 people. I always strive for 5, but for this, I have down 3 people a month. And so that's going to give you, if you do 2, that's going to give you 200 extra that you can kind of knock off of your total. So it lowers your requirement to 4 candles a day if you're looking at the 5 candle a day one where you're earning it for yourself. But the more you sponsor, the more you grow and the more volume you get. So if you're looking at sponsoring 3 to 5 a month and you sell 4 candles a day, you are literally going on this trip. No, there's no doubt. And if you toss up just even a couple average fundraisers, then you're on your way with a guest. So it can be done. In addition to that, which keep in mind, and we're going to talk about this more, but you're not only earning a trip here, guys, you're building your business. And in this case, we're kind of double dipping. We're getting trip points, but we're also getting a boost. Like Bob says, when Kathy needs a boost, we're getting a boost by sponsoring. So when I look at this, I see, okay, I've sponsored 2 new distributors this month. Super excited for them, having so much fun showing them and teaching them. But I get $20 each. That's a nice little boost. My gas tank's empty, so my light just went off. So this is perfect. But anyways, you can see where whatever you're doing in your business, you're helping. So this is the kit that they have to join with in order to get that, though. So keep that in mind. But in my opinion, this is the only kit we have, because I feel like with that 150 Bella Bucks, they can really, get started and share. You got to have stuff to show and to sell and to share. And this kit does that for me, in my opinion. And I've seen some pretty outrageous prices on kits out there, and ours is it's fantastic. It really is. So keep that in mind when you're sponsoring.
But I love too that it's like your new person really is getting $50.
Yeah.
So they're paying $100 and getting an additional 50, and you have the opportunity to get an extra 50 per person, just depending on how many you sponsor.
Yeah.
So
and if
I
they
love
sell
that.
8 of those candles right away, if they sell only 8 of them, they've got more than their money back. If they sell them for, the 20, I sell mine for 23 because that includes tax and shipping. They're getting way more than their money back. So I love that.
Yep.
And
what I wanted to, everything that you talked about too, Jodie, is, as far as the fundraising, the parties, the open houses, what's great about that too is if you were there or you weren't there at Fling, if you purchased that recording, there's a whole segment on training about every one of those topics. So if you're like, I don't even know how to get started on fundraisers, watch the fundraiser segment. If you want to learn more about open houses and parties, watch that. So there's really something for everybody. If you just need a little boost to help you get started, make sure you get that video, and it has great training. Even if you just buy it for the training alone, it'll be well worth your money. So
I agree 100%. It was great training. And if you need a boost to get a boost, it's right there. $20, you can do it. So work towards your goal, but do it every day. You've got to work. This is not just a free, someone said to me once, oh, you won a trip. And I say, I didn't win it. There was no winning. I earned it. I worked hard for it. So, but keep in mind, and this is super, super important. And this is, I think, the biggest thing that we have to remember is, of course, you're earning a trip. Okay. And maybe you joined me, Bella, so you could go on trips. I don't know what your reason for joining was, but it's a nice incentive. It's a great perk, but keep in mind, you're also literally blowing up your business at the same time because you're trying to earn this fabulous trip. And if you have $9,000 in sales and you're selling them at the suggested retail, you're actually putting, you're buying with the buy 11 get one free. You're actually putting almost $9,000 in your pocket. Let's not forget that. That is phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it. I just haven't. So, and you're helping others achieve success. And to me, that's a number one. That's my favorite part of all of it. Because when I go on the trip, I don't want to go by myself. I mean, I love spending time with my husband, but I want to bring all my friends. So I love knowing that I get to, show people how to do that. So super, super fun, super important. Okay, so Kim, I think this is where you're going to. Yeah.
So we wanted to give you a tool as well, because it's all, we're talking about this, but it's like, how do you track it? And we all know once you write it down, right, it makes it real. So I wanted to give you a tracker. And so this is what it looks like, and it's posted out there in our Bella Builder group. I think I have an image and a PDF out there for you guys, but this just breaks it down. It literally started from August, that time frame, all the way down through February, and it has your goal, which I always say, put your goal in pencil because it could change. You could have to adjust it. You may not need it as high. Maybe 1 month was a little higher. So put it in pencil so that if you need to adjust it, you can, and then put your actual in pen, right? So I wanted to show, because Jodie had sent me hers. It was funny because I hadn't asked Jodie, I hadn't asked Callie, and I hadn't asked Monica, and they sent it before we even thought about doing this training. So that was fun to see this. But I wanted Jodie to kind of walk you through her goals and how she came up with her numbers on this. And I love your 22222. That's Jodie's lucky number. You're muted, Jodie.
Sorry.
There you go.
It is my favorite number. And I think there's a few others' favorite number. I'm going to challenge them. To use that same number. But so you can see there in August, it was just that, I don't know, what is that, like 6, 7, 8 days? So I knew, where I was. I fell a little short on my sales by $8, but that's okay. So, move on to the next. I know the reason I have such high sales in September, October, and November is because back in June and July and August, I've been working on, getting those fundraisers. But I actually didn't get any until August. This is when they were just thinking about it, right? But now it's like a fundraiser leads to another fundraiser, right? So once you do one fundraiser, a fundraiser is always another fundraiser. It always turns into another one somehow, some way. Maybe the same group, maybe another, there's a kid selling on there, or they have a sister that's over here in this dance team, because this was a football one. Well, this sister says, well, we should do that. So that turns into another fundraiser. I'm telling you, they multiply, they duplicate. So I knew for a fact I have goals for these fundraisers. So knowing that I had those goals for them, I had to apply them to myself. It's lofty. Excuse me, guys. It's lofty, but you got to start somewhere. So basing it on what I have on the books and what I want them to do, these are my numbers for my fundraisers. And then in December, obviously, I've dropped it down a little. I have one that's going to probably be turned in December because it's taking place in November. Excuse me, I got tickled. And then my sponsoring goal dropped to 2. Sometimes December can be a little tricky to sponsor, but then you have those people that want to kick off the new year running. So, you can't take it completely out. Same with my January and February. I may be changing those. And if you see, they are in pencil. If in October, my December seems to be doing well. If October and November don't play out the way I think they will, I may have to erase and make some changes and up my January and February goals. So to reach my 2.
And so Jodie, we're day 7.
Yeah.
Do you know where you are right now on day 7 of September?
Yeah, I just did the math, and I'm just a hair under 5,000 total. from in September, but total for August and September. Excuse me, guys. I have a horrible scratchy throat. I'm just a hair under 5,000. I just did the math. Let's see if it's still on my calculator. Let's see. Yeah, 4720. So that's where I'm at with points right now.
Good job. And then sponsoring, I know you've had a couple sponsors too.
Yeah, I had the one in August at that time frame, and then two people. I've got another gal that's I'm meeting with tomorrow, who is coming to our team meeting, and hopefully she's going to join. Yay.
Well, good. So if you track your progress, right, I want to give you guys something because I think it helps everybody, to write it down and to share it so that we're all rooting for each other. We're all holding ourselves accountable, all of those good things, right? So I thought it would be fun to give you something to show that. So you can see here, I have it already for Jodie. So look what her goal is. So earn a hotel stay for 2 and $1,000 trip cash. That's what Jodie's goal was. So it has her title and it has her name on it. And then I also have one so that there's one that I can post in the Bella Builder group. And then there's one that you can post so that you can share it with your team, share it with your customers and say, listen, this is what I'm going for. So that people are rooting for you and supporting you and hopefully buying candles from you, right? So Jodie, where would you share something like this? Like which groups would you share something?
Oh,
like
I definitely share it in my VIP page, but I would share it on my Instagram or my personal wall. My customers are very aware of all of it, and they know that I work closely with a team and group of people that we're always trying to work for it, and they just love our candles, so they're happy. They're super happy to see us out there doing that. So I would share it. I'd share it everywhere.
Yep. And I love too, because people start seeing this, because there's a lot of people watching us, especially from those that were from our previous company. There's still a lot of people that are kind of like, why should I do Mia Bellas? And like you said, there are people that all they wanted to do was earn trips. And when they start seeing this kind of stuff, it's like, it really piques their attention. Like, what's going on over there at Mia Bellas? So it's fun to keep this in front of them of what we're doing. So then Callie, I don't know if Callie's on it. I don't see her. That doesn't mean she's not on here. But Callie also sent me her goals, and I didn't even ask her for them. But she also has 20. She doesn't have all the 2s, but she's got 22,000. She wants that top goal. So she gave me her goal sheet. And so I did these cute little ones for her. So I'll be sending these to her as well. So it has her goals. And then we also had Monica sent me her goals. So you can see Monica's. I see Monica there. She's hiding right now, but I see her little window there. So Monica sent me her goals as well. So I'll be sending these to her as well so that she can post these and I can post them as well. So those are fun. And that's what I want you guys to do. So if you send those to me, but first I wanted to show you if you earn it. Let's start with, so you got your goals, right? And now you start earning it. All right. So I want you guys to be able to celebrate. I want to celebrate you, and I want you to be able to celebrate as you earn each level of what your goals are. So I also have these where it's basically look who earned their hotel stay, right? So when you hit that 9,000, you're going to get one of these to share that you earned it. And then we have look who earned their hotel stay for 2. Look whose name on there, because I know she's going to earn it. And then we also have $1,000 cash. So not only did you earn your hotel stay for 2, you also have $1,000 cash. And I'll probably do increments of, as people are earning money, but that's just the whole shebang there. So we'll also get those along the way too, so that you guys have all these images to share to celebrate your successes. So all you need to do is to send me your form. Now you can either take a picture of it, or, if you have the PDF where you can fill it in yourself and send me a PDF, that's great too. But just send it to my kim.geringer@scent-team.com. And I'd like it by next Monday, because I need to start making all these for you guys to get, and the sooner you set your goals, right, the sooner you can start working on them. So if you send that to me, then I will make your personalized image and get those over to you so that you can start sharing and I get to start sharing. You know how how much I love to recognize people. So make sure that you do that. And did I have anything else in here? Oh, Seller Circle. We talked a little bit about double dipping, right? So for sponsoring. So I wanted to be very clear, this is our last month for Seller Circle, and you get to earn for Q3 Seller Circle and earn towards the trip. So you're totally double dipping. Hold on, I'm gonna mute. Can you hear me okay? It was echoing there a minute. Okay, so what that means is everything you sell, you're getting Bella Bucks for if you're hitting those levels for our Q3 Seller Circle. Now, when it comes to Q4, when we announce that for October, November, December, right? The fourth quarter, that's when you're gonna have to tell me, are you going on this trip? And we still have 2 months left of the trip, right? Once the Seller Circle's over, but you're going to have to let me know probably the end of December, first week of January. Are you taking the Bella Bucks or are you going on the trip? Because this is when you cannot double dip on. Okay. So I want to make sure that you guys understood that. Keep working hard for that Q3 Seller Circle because you're still earning it and you're earning towards the trip. So, I mean, that's phenomenal because I even double checked with Bob. Are you sure? You're sure you're okay with these? He's like, yep. I'm all right. We're already 2 months into it. You know, I'm good with that. So I was very, very excited for you guys that he's allowing you guys to do that. So did I miss anything, Jodie? Anything you want to add to it before we get to questions?
I think we've covered it pretty well. But if anyone does have questions, absolutely, please toss them in the chat.
Sandy with her saga that she put out there. I've already chosen my flights.
I know. I'm going to have her send them to me so I can proof them and check them because.
Oh, funny. All right, I'm looking to see. All right. So if you have questions, you can either unmute yourself or ask it through the chat. So I'm looking and I'm not seeing.
I see Rachel has an open house in 2 weeks. Good job. And Shelly. Yep. Oh, Shelly's is on Saturday. I knew that.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Very good. That's awesome.
I have a question.
Jay wasn't there and she watched the videos. Oh, sure. Who's talking?
This is Justice.
Hey,
hi, Justice. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Where do you get the tracker goal letter? Paper from?
So I have that in the Bella Builder group. If you just search if you go to files, and I think even if you just search tracker, it'll come up in there and there's a PDF there for you to use.
Okay, great.
And I probably have it in an image too. So you can either use an image or you can use the PDF. Sometimes one works better than the other for people. So either one is fine.
Kim, Allison asked August PCV. She says, is it for the whole month? If not, how do we know the actual PVC from 8/23 through the end of the month? You can
either message me, Allison, or what I'm gonna start doing, because again, I'm the one, we don't have a report for you. So it makes it a little more complicated that I'm gonna have to do this for you until we get that PV report up that I showed you during our September kickoff. Once that's up, you guys would have the ability to search August 23rd through whatever date and see what your personal volume is. But until then, you can message me. And then what I'm probably going to do is like a monthly recognition. And as we get closer, I'll probably do it more frequently. But then what I'll be doing is recognize how where people are, and kind of like I do with Seller Circle. Like if you continue what you're doing, you're on track for this type of thing. So I'll be doing that. I just don't want to do it. It's a little bit too soon. I almost was going to do it for tonight, and I'm like, it's a little bit too soon, except for people like Jodie who have, over 4,000 already right now. But I just want to make it so that it's not overkill for you guys either. But we are only, a couple weeks into this, so we still got plenty of time. But yeah, if you need to know those numbers, go ahead and message me.
I can tell you, Allison, I got mine from, I just went to my order history, and then I looked at any customer orders, and I just looked at the dates and just looked at the PCV and jotted it down. And then if I sponsored someone, that was another 100. So that's kind of how I did it, just if that helps.
Yeah, it's a little pilly, but it's doable to figure it out right now. And hopefully we'll get those, like I said, we get that report up pretty quick for you guys. It'll make it super simple for you guys to be able to see where you are with your sales. And who you sponsored and who you sponsored with the bigger enrollment offers too. So if you guys just track that, that makes it pretty simple. Let's see, do we have anything else? I created myself a Google Doc. So So you're only eligible for the bonuses for sponsoring if you have 500 PC. Yes. So if you're talking about September, Christy, yes, you have to have 500 in personal volume in the month of September to start earning those bonuses. So yes, that's correct. Well, Liliana has 5 vendor events, Jodie. Woo.
That's
Julia
great.
has 2
I love
vendor
that.
events.
Look at that.
Oh, and Shelly has her fun bunko night party. So
Yeah.
Shelly, I need to come out for that sometime. I love bunko. Let's see. And Julia says, confession, I had my husband see the video with me at the beginning, so he too would hold me accountable. I love that. That's a great idea. Whoever you want to bring on this trip, show it to them and say, you need to help me,
Trust
partner
me.
with me and make this happen.
It works. It works. I got Albert, man. He's like, oh, so where are we? What do we need to do? I'm like, I want to speak to Monica's comment because Monica did. So I don't know if you guys remember at Fling when Allison and I trained on the candle clubs, and we both use a Google Doc, right? So Google, if you have Gmail or even if you don't, you can go make a Google Doc that has your customers answer questions about whatever it is you're doing. And I know Monica is actually using it for fundraiser. She's kind of using it. I don't know too much about how she does it all, but you come up with ways, right? You just get
or Monica, you can unmute yourself and tell us about it.
Get hyper focused and do it. Yeah, we love
I see her sitting right there. There you are.
Hi.
Hi.
So what I did is I actually created it and used the image and the description off the website of the candles that are actually on our fall fundraising fundraising order form. And then I asked for their name, their address, and their email. And then if they need it shipped, because if they need it shipped, then I would charge more. And then I'll invoice them for the candles plus shipping if needed. So that way then they can shop through the Google Doc if they are not local. So it gives us access to more customers. And if people cannot get out to go fundraise, like I have someone we're fundraising for a double lung transplant. They are a COVID long hauler. And so she cannot get out and fundraise. So we are doing it through the Google Doc. And so we're just sharing it all over Facebook, emailing it through her friends and social media, and everybody's sharing the link to the Google Doc. And if anybody wants, I'll share the link to the Google Doc. I can share it in Bella Builders and you guys can just take a look at it and just see. And if you guys go in and you can just put test in the name and you guys can kind of see how it works, just so you can know how I set it up, I'm more than happy to do that.
Yes, they're all saying, yes, please, Monica.
Okay, I'll do that for you guys. I'll post the link to it after the call.
Thank you very much. I love that idea. Because I know, we've had a lot of requests for e-fundraisers and we're not there yet. It doesn't mean we won't be there. It just gets a little more complicated when you're dealing with direct sales and you have to pay, an organization and it's not coming directly from you. It just gets a little more complicated from that perspective. But I love that, you've come up with a creative way to do that where you don't have to just be local to do that. So I love that, Monica. Thanks for sharing. Let's see if we have any more questions. Christy, I need to find a way to get customers. I've spent the last 17 years on team building and not retailing. So that is my challenge. So I'm saying, watch all that. If you didn't buy the video, Christy, buy it, even if it's just to watch the training. It will help you a lot. So I know you've watched the previous training, but the training at Fling was phenomenal. Everyone did such a great job. So any other questions, guys, before we wrap up tonight? Not seeing any coming through the chat. Oops. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We had a lot of people. That's really exciting to see that we had a lot of people on tonight. So as always, I'll have this recording out there. I'll put it in Bella Builders, and tomorrow I'll send out an email with the link as well. So anyone that wasn't able to watch it will have that opportunity. So thank you again, Jodie, for
Oh, my
joining me. I
goodness.
really
My
appreciate that.
pleasure. Yeah, my pleasure. I love it. I love it. Don't be afraid, you know, you guys, to try those fundraisers. They're not scary. It's just other people selling for you. You tally them, you turn it in. So don't be afraid of a fundraiser.
Yep. Yep. That's it. And it is. It'll be amazing what it does to your business. Just
Oh, gosh.
starting with that one fundraiser.
Yep. One fundraiser turns into 2, turns into 4, turns into 10.
Yep. Love
All
it.
right.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to rewarding all of you in the Riviera. So get busy, everybody. Get those goals. Send in everything to me again so we can write it down, makes it real, and we can hold everybody accountable and cheer you on. So looking forward to seeing all of your goals. So have a great night, everybody. And thanks again, Jodie.
You got
Appreciate
it.
your help tonight.
Have a good night.